Car right here. Oh! I'm your host, Stu Donald. Let's head to the Delta. Got a great episode planned for you today. I'm going to show you the two sides of the Delta. The wild and the extravagant. Let's head to the Delta. We begin our journey today on the Brookley Industrial Complex, which is built right on the side of Mobile Bay. It started life as an Air Force base. Lots of other stuff going on out here. Airbus is out here building planes. The downtown municipal airport is out here now, as well as you can see, Arlington Park. You see all this open green space right here? We have a lot of cook-offs down in this part of the country, and for whatever reason it seems like every time we have one we try and crowd it in to downtown Mobile. Now why would we do that when we have this big beautiful park right on the bay here? It just doesn't make any sense. So on our show Sip and Chew with Mike and Stu, Mike and I have been trying to rally any of the people who contact us proposing a new cook-off that they should contact the city about using Arlington Park here. I mean, it's just perfect for it. Arlington Park was envisioned and constructed by the Alabama State Port Authority for the recreation and enjoyment of all of our citizens. It was dedicated on the 24th day of June 2010. The park concept employs public desire for bayfront picnic areas, walking trails, and the kayak and canoe launch that we're going to take a look at in a minute. Newly constructed wetlands are incorporated into the park's design through the use of trails and a walking pier to provide fishing and bay viewing opportunities. The park also incorporates a building that will house restrooms, a wave transit automated ticketing machine, and a storage maintenance area. I think that's to take the bus. Nice restrooms. Little workout station over here. I'm a little too buff right now, so I think I'll let that slide. I hate it when the muscles start bulging at the seams on my clothing. Y'all know what I mean. All right, let's get to the good stuff. Out this bay, that's just a pasture. All right, see this little canal right over here? We're gonna get to it by going this way. I think it is man-made, and if not man-made, it's certainly man-enhanced. This is one of the many free kayak launches around the Delta. Check it out. Drop your kayak there, use the handles, scoot right on into the canal. And here's that little body of water I told you about. Something is ripped right there. Well, I've been hiding something from y'all. This is gonna be more than a hike. What if? What if? Car right here. Oh! That's a little gar action right there. Took a swipe at it, and it's still there. As you can see, we are right here on the bay. History, commerce, nature, it all comes together right here. I just wanted to show you this beautiful little park here. This hidden gem, this diamond in the rough. But enough of all this wild. Let's check out some elegant. Most of the time on Delta Safari, I am out in the wild, hiking through snake-infested grass or wading a river or fishing a swamp. But today, I want to show you the sophisticated side of the Mobile Tensaw Delta. Pierre Lamont Sire d'Iberville, or as we call him locally, Pierre Lamont d'Iberville. The name d'Iberville is no stranger to people from around Mobile or throughout the Gulf Coast. Pierre, a French soldier, explorer, colonial administrator, and trader, was renowned for founding the colony of Louisiana in New France and establishing its capital in Mobile. His brother, Jean-Baptiste Lemoyne Bienville, founded New Orleans and is the namesake of Mobile's Bienville Square. On Tuesday, August 30th, members of the Mobile media were invited to visit the Admiral Hotel in downtown Mobile to experience the pearl of the newly renovated Admiral Hotel in downtown Mobile. Its star attraction, Lamont's Chophouse. Old Pierre was a foppish fellow, to say the least, and he was quite fond of himself. All throughout the hotel are paintings in the style that Pierre used to commission himself, like replicas of famous paintings with his face superimposed over like the face of Apollo. Well, this era when Pierre was going about is the Baroque period, which is very ornate, and the hotel and the restaurant both reflect that. I guess the best word to describe it is opulent. To kick off dinner, they started us out with a mocktail that was made with grapefruit juice and seltzer, fresh grated ginger, some simple syrup, and a few other things. It was really refreshing, really hit the spot. And then came the amuse. It was a lobster-infused grit cake with chunks of lobster mixed in and some herb. Very refreshing. It was served slightly chilled, just delicious. Then the first course came out, and that was the Oysters Louise. These were made with the locally sourced Admiral oysters, which are boutique oysters raised right here in Mobile Bay, which is one of the things that Mobile is famous for, is the boutique oysters. They were charbroiled in Wagyu beef fat, fennel, and Pernod pearl. Pernod is the anise or licorice flavored liqueur. They turn it into pearls using a technique from molecular gastronomy called spherification. I could go into it, but it would probably bore you. In essence, what it was it turned this booze into a juicy squirt. They topped it with a little herb panko breadcrumbs and some Kaluga caviar, and they paired it with a, I'll try this, Roederer Estate Brut Rosé from the Anderson Valley in California. The next course was probably the best overall dish. Most people raved about it. It was seared scallops over crawfish risotto with a shellfish reduction, chive oil, garden herbs. They paired that with Hartford Court Chardonnay from the Russian River Valley in Sonoma, California. The crawfish risotto, it's got that brilliant yellow color that we determined came from saffron. The crawfish just, I would have never thought crawfish in risotto. It was phenomenal. This dish was absolutely bonkers. Then we move on to the first of two steak courses. The first one's just a teaser. It was called Hot Rocks, and I'll let the chef tell you about it.
Japanese A5 Wagyu Beef. It is the highest rated, finest beef in the world, and we're going to cook it in a very traditional Japanese style, which is on a hot volcanic stone.
It's really good.
Never had a traditional Wagyu. What's this one?
They paired that with a Chateau La Sague from Saint Emilion, Bordeaux, France, and it was a really good pairing. The Wagyu cooked rare, just a little bit of coarse sea salt on top, and just the most tender bite of steak you have ever put in your mouth. Then the next course was more steak. Mason Hill's Farm Tomahawk, a 40-ounce USDA prime bone-in ribeye with sauce bordelaise.
So this is our 40-ounce Tomahawk ribeye for two. Very proudly, we are serving beef. This item particularly is a prime ribeye from our friends at Mason Hill's Farm. They are right over in Grand Bay, Alabama, and they raise some very, very fine animals that we are very happy to serve on our menus. We will do these tonight.
They gave us a sample of the various sides that you could get with their dishes. Creamed spinach, delicious. Grilled asparagus, fantastic. Homemade puree, which is French for mashed potatoes. And a Kaneka mac and cheese. They paired that with Alexander Valley Vineyard Cabernet Sauvignon, also from Alexander Valley in Sonoma, California. The dessert course started out with a creamy espresso martini, and then the actual dessert was an in-house made dark double chocolate candy bar that had a graham cracker and pistachio crust, a side of brandied cherries, candied mint leaf, and the entire chocolate bar was covered in gold leaf, actual edible gold. I handled all of that French pretty well, didn't I? Never had one lesson. If there's one phrase that sums up the entire experience, both with the Admiral and with Le Mans Chophouse, it would have to be attention to detail. I mean, everything down to the finest micro was done purposefully. It was a truly fantastic experience.
Excuse me, old chap, but would you mind terribly clicking like and subscribe? It would mean oh so much to me, seeing how as I gave my life for your entertainment.